Hello and welcome to High Point Music's Gear Reviews. I'm Lewis and today I'm going to take you through the Boss BD-2 blues driver. So the Boss BD-2 blues driver is a low gain to medium or medium high gain overdrive pedal. It's a basic 3-knob setup. We've got a volume, tone and distortion or gain controls on it. And it's although it's one of those pedals that gets named after a genre of music, it does get used by a lot of country and rock guitarists to get those gnarly distorted tones, as well as quite a lot of clean or cleanish kind of boosted sounds. So I'll take you through some of those and see what it can do. So I'll take you through my clean tone. I'm playing my Fender Stratocaster. We're connected to the input of the blues driver. The output of the blues driver is connected to our LaClean preamp, acting as the amp in the room. My bridge pickup sounds like this. And some neck. So we'll turn the blues driver on and show you some noise that it can make. So the blues driver has a pretty good range of gain, which I'll get into. I wanted to talk about that quickly because the level control here will vary a fair bit depending on your gain setting. You always want to set your level control to be unity so that when you turn your pedal off, your clean or your bypass volume is the same or fairly similar to your distorted signal. So the range there is a really handy thing. I'll start off with the gain almost all the way off. We've got our tone in the middle position and show you that, and then I'll move on to some higher gain settings. So again, bridge pickup. Some neck. So not too distorted, there's a little bit of clipping going on there, but it's reasonably clean for the most part. So we'll push our gain up. Hear that? It's about 10 o'clock. Back the volume back a little bit. And we'll go a little bit further from there, about 11, back to our neck. Neck pickup. A little more gain, so we'll go to about 130 kind of thing. Bring that volume down a smidge. A little more gain. You can hear there that the gain range is getting the signal to be pretty fuzzy, which is a quality or a lack of quality about the blues driver. Some people will definitely use it for its grittier, harsher sound, and some people definitely use it with the gain down to avoid some of that. So important to note that once we get over about 12 o'clock, it's getting pretty fuzzy sounding. You can make it more fuzzy sounding by some neck pickup. Back our tone off a little bit. but it's still reasonably easy to hear everything. So we'll go flat chat on the gain. So not quite as fuzzy with the neck pickup as the bridge, but it definitely has that gritty kind of sound getting into the higher range of the gain. The tone control on the blues driver can make the pedal bassier or less bassy. The frequency response in this pedal, an interesting point I think, is that the tone control is actually a preset EQ with the bass and middle on 10 and the treble on 0. So with the brighter guitars, Telecasters, Stratocasters, with single coil pickups or maybe a Jazzmaster, you'll find that the treble is really reined in and the tone control just sweeps between that naturally bassy MIDI sound and a reasonably cut treble sound. So I'll take you back through the gain range, but with a little bit of tone variation for you to hear what that does. So at our full gain and our tone at about 12. It's a little bit bassy, but it's not too bad. So I'll dial that forward a bit while I'm playing. And on the bridge pickup, it's starting to get bright, but on the neck, not quite as much. A little more. So you can hear again on the neck, that tone control almost all the way forward still allows a lot of treble and bite to your signal, which is a great thing if you're using a lot of neck pickup. On the bridge it gets a bit harsh. But it's not too bad. So we'll take you back from about 11-ish on the dial. And there's a big difference. A lot of that top end is changed. And it's getting pretty dull under about 10 o'clock. So we'll go back to 12, we'll back our gain off. You hear a drop at about 3 there, so the gain drops back about here, and this is what it sounds like. A little bit sharp on the bridge pickup. But pretty nice on the neck. So a little bit of a cut there on the tone. So it gets pretty scooped out there. I don't necessarily see too much application for the tone turned all the way down, but it's quite possible you have a very bright guitar and it might be some settings you want to get a really meaty, fuzzy kind of sound out of it. So it's got the range, you don't have to use it, but it definitely has the range. So we'll just go to about half gain, leave our tone at 12. And then from about half back, So you can hear there the tone control really finds a sweet spot on a bridge pickup from about 10 o'clock forwards. Below that it gets pretty dark, and in the neck pickup you can wind that tone control and sit it, you know, easily around 3 o'clock for a really bright present guitar tone. That's going to be fairly useful depending on how you use your pickups, and you might find there are certain settings that you use for one pickup that you don't for another. But because of the range of the pedal, it's a good option for you to have there. So I'll do one last one with the gain a little bit lower and just show you how much that brightness drops off with less gain, and yeah, see what it sounds like. So not a lot of clipping going on, or a bridge pickup that's reasonably bright. We go to our neck. Roll the tone forward. It's getting a little bit bitey with the lower gain. And the tone forward, so we'll bring that back a bit. So you can hear that there's quite a lot of range between the gain and the tone control. It does get a little bit fuzzy sounding in the top register of the gain, depending on your playing dynamics and the pick or fingers or what you're using to pluck the strings with. You'll get some bluesier tones or some rock tones out of it pretty easily. But even in the lower gain range, it's great as a dirty-ish boost, which you can use to then stack with other pedals or push an existing amp into a little bit more distortion. Or even just maybe as a solo boost. So it's a pretty versatile overdrive pedal there, and they're a pretty popular pedal for those reasons. If you'd like to check one out, you can follow the link below. We'll have a link there for the power supply as well, because as always, that's a great accessory. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the video if you've enjoyed it. Check out our blog in our members area, and if you've liked it that much as well, then we'll see you next week. Thank you.